Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got James with me. We've just beaten RC Lens 6-0 at the Emirates in the Champions League. Through, top of the group, feeling very good right now. Arsenal, what you saw today, back to what you've wanted to see from Arsenal, because we spoke to Turkish about fluidity. It seemed quite fluid today.
Yeah, no, look, it was. Lens took the game to us. They did away from home, and we suffered a bit for it. In this game, we took advantage. That's weird, because the first 10 minutes, when did the goal come? 12th minute or whatever?
Yeah.
First 10 minutes, I felt like we were playing with a good tempo. Like, I actively remember there being 10 minutes where it was 0-0. I was thinking, okay, there's a decent tempo to this.
No one had a foothold of the game, really, though.
That was the thing. There was a lot of like exchanging possession and not really maybe getting in around their penalty area, but looking fairly comfortable on the ball. And then when we got our first goal, the floodgates open, and everyone got something out of today. You know, Havertz getting a goal, Saka did get a goal and an assist, Martinelli got a goal, Jesus got himself a goal, Ødegaard got himself a goal. You love to see that. The fullbacks were getting forward. I haven't said this in a long time, so I'll say it because it's probably the one and only time I've ever said it, and one of the few times I'll ever say it.
What are you going to say?
I thought Saliba was the ropey one, actually, for the and that's by his standards. You know, I thought he gave him a good game and took him on quite a few times, had the beating him a few times. That is the only slight criticism.
So title this fan cam, Saliba was ropey.
No, thanks. You know what? Saliba gets so much praise and love, and we love him to bits, that actually if he does sometimes look human, why not point it out?
I like that.
But that was it. You know, that otherwise everyone was great. I thought Havertz was at the races today, not in some condescending pat on the back. Well done, Kai, you did well. He was legitimately good. Like that drive for the... Who scored when he took the ball? Like he won the ball and then he took a really good first touch into his stride and then he played it into Martinelli. It looks really simple, but it's in 3 touches. He's turned out of possession into us running at their goal. And that's really just good midfield play. We don't need him to get goal after goal after goal. We don't need him to be some creative machine. We don't need him to be Declan Rice out of possession. We don't need him to be this all-conquering central midfielder. I know for 65 million, that's what a lot of people are saying. Look, okay, Arteta has spent that money because he feels he can get a serious level of quality out of him in the future. But right now, it's about facilitating everything around us. What Xhaka did so well last season. Yes, he got 7 goals, 7 assists last season, but he facilitated everything, and Havertz, you know, more than filled those shoes today.
Yeah, he stepped up today, and it was nice to see. But James, for you, what can we take? What can you take from this performance from Arsenal today? Because this 11, is this the strongest 11, or can you not look at that because it's RC Lens? I know, obviously, Brentford, we had Trossard starting that position and Havertz come on and score the winner. So what do you take from this performance today? Do you see Arteta going with this going forward in the Premier League, or is there a case for Trossard to come back in, or Jorginho maybe?
I mean, there's still loads of questions over the midfield because, and I didn't mention this in my first segment of the fan cam, but I will say that Lens were very poor defensively. I actually think they were quite sharp on the ball and wanted to cause us problems, especially in that first half. And they maybe could have nicked a goal or two. So they showed some fight and hunger, but defensively they're pretty all over the place. So I don't know how much I can take in terms of, you know, okay, Havertz is now growing into the answer that we're looking for in that left 8 position. I still think because Declan Rice can do everything.
Fair.
He's the answer, and Partey, if he can get back to last season's form, is the player I want in that 6, and then suddenly that midfield looks irresistible.
Is that a big ask to see Thomas Partey come back into this team through injury and hit those heights?
There's something about Arsenal's management of injuries recently where, like, Jesus didn't play for 3.5, 4 weeks or whatever, and he's started 2 games within the space of 3-4 days, and he's, you know, played significant minutes in those. Yeah. That tells me that he might well have been fit a good week or 2 before he actually did get back on the pitch, and there's a sense that they really want to take their time. Ødegaard's the same, you know, doesn't play for a while, concussion, hip, all sorts, and you're not drip feeding him minutes off the bench. He started back-to-back games. So when Partey comes back, I've got no doubt Arsenal will bring him back because he's ready. And I think in the past, we've had a tendency to rush players, but in this occasion, the squad is there to manage it. And look, we're top of both groups, well, the league and the group. So yeah, we're managing it quite well.
That's a great point. Favourite goal to finish up?
To remind myself, probably Jesus, because just that feint and then drag into the corner, it just looks great. So yeah, probably, and he was probably man of the match. I think Kai Havertz was up there. Tomiyasu, brilliant. Declan Rice was like an 8 out of 10 effortlessly as always. But Jesus, favourite goal, man of the match.